Hello, it's lesson 17 from the workbook in A Course in Miracle. Good to see you again. And today's headline is I see no neutral things. Reading lesson 17 yesterday morning, when I started reading it for the first time and did the exercise as well, something happened to me pretty much nearly afterwards, but then as well throughout the day, which was kind of exciting. So I want to share that with you, and I will do that after we reflect on lesson 17. But let's do that first. It builds on lesson 16, which was I have no neutral thoughts, if you remember. And if that is of course the case, then the consequence out of it is that I see no neutral things, which is of course lesson 17. I really love the teachings in the first paragraph of it, explaining to us that the thought always comes first and then we see what we see. Most of us, most humans, would for sure see it the other way around, that we see what is out there in the world, what is around us, and then we create a thought about it. And to show how that is not the case, but it's actually the other way around, the teachings in lesson 17 uses our perception. We all know that everyone has their own perception and that we do see things differently, right? But if the world would be the cause of what we see, so like we just described, all humans currently see it, the world is the cause what we see and therefore as well think, then we would all see the same thing. There would not be any place for having a perception, having a different opinion about what you see. And that shows that our thoughts must be the cause for what we see, because we all see different things in the same kind of piece of reality, which creates perception. And if you remember in yesterday's video, we talked about the true and the false thoughts and my reflections on how to make that distinction in my own thoughts, right? I shared with you a couple of thoughts that I collected to see if they are true or false. So in today's lesson, in paragraph 3, sentence 3, it says that we are unaware as yet of any thought that is really true and therefore really happy. And that's true for me. I give you that. I can, to nearly 100% confirm that. But then a question came into my mind that asked, do we not have any true thoughts at this point in our journey? Because we could have them, but just not be aware of them. That's what the sentence says, right? We are not aware of true thoughts yet. So the question for me is, do I not have had them so far at all? Or do I every now and then do have them, but I'm just not aware of what they are? So that is a question in my mind that of course stays unanswered for now. Let's see for how long? Now back to what happened to me yesterday. So I read the lesson 16 yesterday morning, and then after a brief meditation I drove to work. And then while I was driving to work, I kept playing with the headline of lesson 16 and playing with that thought. And then I don't know how it happened, but suddenly I had this thought that all of this, everything that I see and am aware of, is my illusion. And if this is only my illusion, then I can select as well different variations of the illusion. If the reality that I see is already just my own created illusion that I created for myself, and everyone has their own reality illusion, so to say, that they create, why do I not create a better illusion for myself? There were, of course, a lot of thoughts in between that, but that is kind of the summary of what came to me while I was driving to work. So I kept reminding myself, actually quite automatically throughout the day, of that sentence, "This is my illusion." And what it helped me to do is to change some of my thoughts. I can't really change what is happening around me, not right at that moment when it happens. I can't change the actual reality, but I can change how I think about it. So that's what I did. And throughout the day, more and more, I reminded myself of the sentence, hey, this is my illusion, so I can change how I think about this. And it made me feel better because I replaced some false thoughts that didn't make me feel great or think great with some other thoughts. Obviously, I can probably well assume that the thoughts that I replaced were false thoughts as well. But in the end, they made me feel better. So why not do that, right? Yeah, it was kind of a brilliant experience. And I loved as well that something inside of me just kept reminding me about the sentence, "This is my illusion and I can change it if I want to." Just that thought that kept coming up, it was kind of magical that it did it from somewhere deep inside of me and me not actually consciously having to do that. So I just thought I would share my experience with you from yesterday's lesson, and let me know in the comments what you thought about lesson 17, and then we will see each other again tomorrow for lesson 18. Bye bye.